Last time on Square Roots. Vor, vor, vor! How do you like it? How do you like it? We like it a lot, and it's a good thing because we're guzzled by not one but two tight, taut throats for some tummy time action. Hey, if Amaterasu swallows Isun while they're both in the Emperor's stomach, is that basically a turducken? Well, order up!
Hey everyone, and welcome to Square Roots, the classic RPG podcast. My name is Jim Banks. I am joined by Matthew Van Sant.
Heyo.
John, Tobi, Brandon.
Vor. How do you like it? How do you like it?
And Vanessa.
I'm Vanessa.
And this is a podcast where we play and talk about your favorite classic RPGs one chunker at a time. And we are very nearly finished with Ōkami. This is our penultimate Ōkami episode.
Whoa, wait a minute. I thought last week was the penultimate episode.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I've been sick.
No.
I've been sick.
You've been using that excuse for like 3 weeks.
No, I got sick a week and a bit ago. So that's not true.
2 months.
8 days ago.
7 years.
Mm-hmm. Nah, I've just been having a hard time keeping up. But I will finish this game this weekend.
Who else
This game is taking you guys so long.
Raise your hand if you have not finished the game. Jim, raise your hand.
I finished it.
Jim.
I finished it. I saw the ending. I beat the final boss.
It's a circle. It's a ball.
It is a big ball
It's
that
a
Oh my
ball.
God,
turns into
spoilers
like a
for
robot
Johnny.
in a
What are you
slot
talking
machine.
about? Johnny hasn't played yet.
Spoilers.
We just went over this.
Wow.
Gosh.
John, I guess it didn't hear the spoiler warning at the beginning of the episode.
Oh, no.
Sorry, bud.
I know that the bad guy's a robot who turns into a slot machine? What?
Yeah, you guys really doubled down on the spoilers there.
Well, before we totally spoil the game for John, does anybody have any hot gaming news to share?
There's a ton. There's an absolute ton.
A metric ton of hot.
But I think the
Gaming
hottest
news.
gaming news of the week is Mario's flat ass.
No.
I don't know. It's funny that people. I mean, were people actually upset about that, or was it just a
No,
joke?
it was a
Seems
joke.
like a joke to me.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Because he's got, his normal character model has cakes, right? He's visited the
Yeah.
cake store. And
Sure, but
the
at
new
this
one-
point in the canon, he's been hopping around and stomping on things for years.
So it
And in the
makes sense.
movie, which a trailer was released for today, we learned that Chris Prattio it's like an origin again. It's his first time, I guess, maybe.
He's a brand new Mario.
He's a brand new Mario. So it makes sense that his ass is so flat.
I think that's okay.
How's his voice?
It's fine.
It's fine.
Okay.
He does
Sounds
the
like Chris
lightest.
Pratt, I guess.
He does the lightest of Italian, like New Yorky Italian accent. You know, it's so light, it's barely there. Which I kind of appreciate because I don't want him to go full ham. But if there wasn't some Italian sound to it, I probably would be mad.
They didn't go full ham in the voice or full ham in the pants.
That's true. Jack Black as Bowser sounded great.
Yeah,
And-
Bowser sounded super. Charlie Day as Toad sounded okay.
Is he Toad? Who's Luigi?
I don't know.
Wow. What do you know? Anna Taylor-Joy's in it. I'm assuming is Peach. She was like second build.
She is Princess. Oh, Charlie Day is Luigi. Keegan-Michael Key is Toad.
Oh yeah, that makes sense. He does
Yeah.
a lot of voice acting stuff. Fun. It looks fun. I watched the trailer with my kids. They said, "Yeah, we want to see that." What else can I say?
You know what's really gonna annoy me though? That wasn't in the trailer is Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong. That's gonna.
I hope that's a
annoy
cameo.
me.
He cameoed in something else recently, and I was like, "Woof! You sound like you're sitting on your couch stoned, man. It's not good." Yeah, there was a trailer for Mario, and it's like an origin story, and it looks pretty okay.
I got into an argument with my buddy. Not like a serious argument. Nothing was thrown. But I said that you should just don't bother casting celebrities in your kids' movies. They don't do a good job. Just get good voice actors. And he's like, no, they make the role. I mean, no, they don't. They're just a waste of money and time.
Yeah, I haven't seen the movie, but I saw a bunch of trailers for that Super Pets movie with The Rock as he sounds like shit.
Who is he playing? Superman?
He plays Batman's dog or Superman's
he plays the dog.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't need The Rock either. I agree with Johnny.
Sorry,
I think voice
Dwayne.
actors, kids don't care. Big stars don't drive kids to the movies. Nobody cares about. No kid cares. I had to explain to my son who Chris Pratt was. Oh, the guy from Jurassic Park. Oh, okay. He didn't give a shit.
Well, I think that it
And they're
gets
always worse.
It gets more attention during press junkets and things like that. So
I guess that makes
your
sense.
project will get on the local news because every local news anchor wants to talk to Chris Pratt. And no local news anchor wants to talk to Troy Baker. And you can take that to the bank. You heard it from me.
Suck it, Troy Baker.
Yeah,
Suck
Troy Baker.
it. Get out of here.
Get out of here.
Troy
Nolan
Baker
North.
and
Nobody gives a
Jennifer
shit about you.
Hale and Nolan North are now voicing every single character in video games.
Yeah, it seems like it.
I
know a lot of people are upset that Charles Martinet is not playing Mario like he does in the games, and I put a picture in the chat. That guy's got a bankable face. He's more handsome than Chris Pratt for sure. No wonder, it's weird that why don't they want to put
You're
that
an
guy
asshole.
on the press
Why are you
tour?
body shaming this man, Jim?
What? Jim.
It's like a fucking normal looking dude.
He's just a guy.
It's because, I think you're probably right that the PR cycle works better if you have celebrities and not.
Yeah,
Charles
I guess that does
Martinet.
make sense.
But who cares
Damn it,
about
Vanessa.
the fucking PR cycle? Did Beauty and the Beast
Yeah.
have a PR cycle where the voice actors went through? Oh, actually, might have. I don't know.
With advanced as AI is now, they should just be able to interview Mario the character directly.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's a great idea.
But then what if the voice actor slips up and says fuck,
Hey, fuck are you?
Are you saying the voice should be AI? Just AI
That's
voice
a nice.
Mario?
That's a nice viral. That's
Why
a
are you
nice viral
trying
moment,
to-
Matt.
Why are you trying to get
That's
all these
a
people
viral
to
moment.
lose their jobs for AI Mario?
Yeah, sorry, A-list celebrities, for stealing your work.
Speaking of stealing work from A-list celebrities, Bruce Willis has sold his likeness in.
I think that was.
I thought that was a rumor.
I think
Yeah, I
that
thought he
they
said
have
he
come out and
didn't.
said that's not true.
That was
okay.
debunked.
Wow, great job, Vanessa.
That's deep fake news. It's fake.
Hey, how about
Vanessa was just testing us.
How about some more hot gaming news? I know that Jim wants to talk about Dead Space.
Dead
Yeah,
Space.
trailer came out this past week.
Space.
It looked pretty
Deborah
good.
Space.
It looks
Dr. Space.
I don't know. So how do you guys feel about it? Is it so they're going to all
You know
the
what?
trouble to
Dread Space. Much cooler name.
Is that Judge
Is it?
Dredd in space?
Yeah, Dread Space. That sounds
Like
good.
Judge
Dead
Dredd?
Space? Come on.
I have a question for you guys, a philosophical question. If you're gonna go to all the trouble, if you're a game studio, you're gonna go to all the trouble of remaking a game, you'd think you would add more stuff to it, right? Like not just overhaul the graphics and stuff, but it looks just like the original Dead Space. Just
I don't know, buddy. I
graphics are
think
better.
that I agree with you, but I think a lot of people would complain, I mean, look at the mixed reaction to Final Fantasy VII.
Because when I saw that trailer, I was like, oh, that looks like Dead Space, but also I would rather play Callisto because that's like Dead Space but with newer, cooler stuff. I don't know.
You heard it here first. Jim Banks hates Dead Space. Does anybody else
I've
have any hot
played-
gaming news, or should I drop another one? Because I got like 5.
Oh, I got
Oh
one.
man.
Go.
I got one. Do you know what old ugly game is finally getting the remake that it deserves?
Horizon Zero Dawn, the
Yep.
notoriously ugly piece of crap.
What a piece of garbage. Can you imagine going back and looking
Unplayable.
at those 2017 textures? Like, ew, this isn't 4K. I can't put this on my giant screen TV. She doesn't have face hair.
It's a real fuck you to the current generation. It's like, we got nothing. Okay, replay this. We'll make it look slightly better.
And charge $80 for it.
And charge $80 for it, but it'll be on sale for
Yeah.
$20 in 6 months. So who gives a shit?
Yep.
Well, it worked with Skyrim. How many times did they remake that?
Well, yeah, but
They're still remaking
They
it.
haven't, but they never really touched up the graphics for Skyrim. It's still Skyrim.
It's had an HD remake, hasn't it?
They let the modding community do that for
Yeah,
them.
they don't do much more than like
Clever.
some a little bit of texture work and some lighting. But yeah, you need mods. I just installed some mods for Fallout 4.
Wow.
Yeah,
Like that.
I actually really enjoyed watching John stream Skyrim because he had the HD textures mod on and the game looked amazing.
I had like this. It's true EO environmental mod. It's mostly lighting that made the game look better.
Look
Last
great.
time I played Fallout 4, I
ENB,
used a mod
that's it.
that made
True
everything green and pretty.
Ooh, yeah, that's
All the trees
I mean,
come back to life.
That's why I like Oblivion, because it's got prettiness.
I don't want the mod community to get a hold of Zero Dawn because they have issues. And
Yeah.
by they, I mean
Clean
Twitter people?
faces on women.
uh-huh.
Hashtag hire fans.
Yeah, that shit is fucking gross. And it always looks worse. That's the worst part. It
Yeah.
always looks worse.
It
Don't
always
we
looks
all
worse.
want
I like real looking people and not fucking anime dolls.
What's
Hey, speaking
the
Anime.
oh
Oh,
Yeah.
no, okay, here, you go. Well, I was just going to transition to something Matthew wanted to talk about.
oh no, go ahead.
Anime racing game?
Need for Speed.
Unbounded?
Something, yeah. Need for Speed.
Unbound.
Bridled.
Unbound.
That's,
So, that looks amazing.
animated.
That looks really
Does it?
good.
You like
Yeah,
it?
I think-
You're the only person
Well,
I know
okay.
that plays racing games, so you're the only
Yeah.
opinion that I really.
I like a Need for Speed, and I think that looks pretty. I like the selection of cars. I like these games. That's something that they kind of did with Need for Speed Heat, which I think was an underrated game. Was that they had more realistic cars for people in that city and that economic strata to be running, like Eclipses and Eagle Talons and old Integras and stuff, rather than I hate how these, like, they're supposed to be these underground racing games, but then they're driving
everybody's got a $2 million car.
Lamborghinis. Yeah, like, fuck off. We don't.
Yeah.
I don't know, but the thing, I think
really
that's
dumb.
a place where me and the mass audience for car games are different. I like the more slow, interesting cars rather than $2 million cars that they just sell to oil barons,
John, did you mention the Eagle Talon?
Yeah.
When I was a teen, that was like the most coveted car.
It's
could get.
awesome. It's a
Weird.
great
Eagle
little
Talon,
car.
yeah.
And, it was turbo. You could get it in 4-wheel drive. That thing was fast.
Yeah.
And Diamond Star Motors car, I believe, which means it was a Mitsubishi Chrysler Cross. They made it in the Diamond Star plant in the United States.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hey,
Anyway.
did you guys know that CD Projekt Red has announced the sequel to Cyberpunk? What?
What?
Yeah, they
Yeah,
said
I
they're
did
working
know
on a
that.
sequel to Cyberpunk. That's
And like
great for them.
6 new Witcher games.
Yeah,
At
I don't
least
know
3
about that.
new. At least 3 new Witcher. Well, I think we should play a Witcher for the show.
Yeah, eventually, sure. Sure. I
yeah.
think 1, I don't know that I want to play 1. I've heard that it's real rough around the edges, but 2 we could
It's
probably make work.
yeah. I think we could have fun with 1, but I'm fine with starting with 2.
Well, if you think so, I don't know.
Yeah.
I haven't really seen it much. I haven't played it myself, so I'm.
Well, you're the one that told me it actually, like, it had a mode to play it that looks more like Witcher 3, because when I played it, it looked like Fallout, like, top down and everything. But you're right. Yeah, there is a mode to put that camera behind the. Maybe it was Vanessa that said that.
No, I remember that. I remember reading that somewhere and telling you about it.
Yeah.
Maybe we
I'm
talked
all
about how
for
it might
any
be
game
worth playing.
that we can use the power of Andraste during, and
true.
Witcher is one of them. Bring on them
Definitely.
PC games.
Did you finish Witcher 3, Vanessa?
No, I didn't like it very much.
Oh, okay.
Me either.
Me
I
either.
bounced off it pretty hard.
Yeah,
I thought it was pretty. It's just really hard.
Yeah.
If it
yeah.
had if I had played it when I was really into Game of Thrones, I might have been way more into it. But I just kind of, I've had enough of like the really gritty, dour fantasy worlds. I mean, I'm watching the new Game of Thrones like barely.
Irritating.
Me too. It's kind of annoying. Like everywhere he goes, everyone just wants to bone, like freaking suck his D all the time.
Actually, you know what? That show ended up being pretty fucking good. I did not think I was going to get into that show, and I liked it a lot. He's very likable.
that's good.
I like that old Henry Cavill,
Yeah.
even with his
Cute.
bad wig. Yeah, he's fantastic. It's not his fault every Superman movie he's in is garbage.
Wait, I thought you loved those Superman movies. You're Mr. Batman versus Superman.
Yeah, you watched that like Dawn of Justice movie 18 times.
No. It was Mortal Kombat that I watched over and over again.
No,
I do
know.
like Batman versus
Let's
Superman
check
a
those
lot,
tapes.
but I have always,
Yeah.
I have never claimed it's a good movie. I've always said that it's very bad. But I
How
like
many
it.
times did you watch
And
the
part of that's 'cause I
Snyder
like
Cut?
Henry Cavill.
Answer the question.
I don't remember, Vanessa.
Yeah. Doesn't
Maybe
sound
more
like
than
once to
once.
me.
Maybe more than once. I don't know. That was COVID times. We were locked down. I rewatched a lot of
true.
shit.
Yeah, we all.
I
watched
definitely
some
did not
weird
watch the
things.
fucking black and white version, so.
Oh, yeah, I didn't either.
Yeah, I
I've
think
been
I watched
thinking
it more than
about-
once, though. I thought it was pretty okay for what it was, which is a shitty setting with, like, shitty versions of the characters. But, like, the actors are... I like the actors. All right, you know what? We've gone way off topic. This is
Matt
not
on
what we're
record as
talking about.
liking Jared Leto's Joker.
Did you have any hot news, Jim?
Hot gaming news for me. No.
All that's left
Nothing on my
really
end.
is Overwatch died. Did you guys know Overwatch
Oh
died?
yeah, Overwatch had a real.
Yeah, I got a
Overwatch 2 is
coaster
a
now.
very shitty release.
Yeah, it has had a rough release, I guess.
Oh.
I could not care less, but, you know.
Yeah.
Oh, there is
Yeah.
one huge bit of gaming news we have to discuss. I can't
Is it
believe
Jennifer Hale now being
Nope.
the voice of Bayonetta?
Oh yeah, now it's the voice
Popular
of Samus.
streamer
Yep.
Dream
And
finally
Shepard.
revealed his face, and now
Finally!
everybody knows what he looks like, which is like a normal ass fucking dude.
Yeah.
I was like, why are people getting mad at this child? And apparently he's like 27.
yeah.
I was
My
like,
He's like
kids-
the most popular streamer.
My
isn't
kids
he?
love the Dream. He's got a whole like Minecraft role play universe. My daughter has watched 100 hours of that guy's content. It's
Okay.
not like I've even watched some of it with her. It's really not bad. They just kind of role play in a Minecraft world that the guy Dream. It's his world, and then he also does other
They
game
play
streaming and shit.
pretend.
Yeah, they have lands and they have their own kingdoms and I don't know. They play. It's.
I like playing pretend.
I mean, it's
but-
neat. I've talked about it on the show before. I think it's a neat concept of like taking
It
this
is.
open game and creating your own world and just fucking. And he like let people in to the private server and they got to build their own stories and stuff. And you know,
It's kind of the same thing that YouTubers did with Roblox. Like, there's tons of
Yeah.
like Roblox content of people creating their own little like storylines. It's kind of neat.
yeah, I see a lot of that with Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
for sure.
What's that called? Gotcha. I don't know. There's
My kid used to be
Gotcha
really
World.
into watching that weird gotcha
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah, Haley was too. Anyway, Dream's face. So, did we all see it? Do you want me to send it to you so that we can mock his
just
normalness?
looked like a boy.
He just looks
So he
like a
looked
man.
like Charles Martinet.
No, he
I
did not
don't
look like
know
Charles
who Dream
Martinet.
is. This is my first time hearing about Dream.
No, we've definitely talked about this
And-
on the show. Well, I don't know that I talked about
Hearing
him.
about
He kind of
his
looks like
face.
Dear
Dream
Evan Hansen.
SMP. That's what it is. Remember, I bought Haley a Dream SMP flag, and I had no
I
idea
do
what it was
remember
for.
that.
Yeah.
Yeah, send his face. Let's see him.
All right. Listeners,
About
you're
to
gonna have
hear
hang
my
on.
reaction to Dream's face
Oh,
live on
Let's
air.
hear it.
I mean, I'm just going to link the article. You're going to have to look.
Oh, here, I found an image.
Yeah,
That's
send
probably
it.
better. My daughter has been grounded, and
That's not
she
the image. You
has
could have
not.
just copied and pasted the image. You didn't have to make.
Hold on, I'm about to do it. Just wait 1 minute.
I'm on
All
my
right, here we
phone,
go.
so not really. Jim sent a picture of Hellraiser, of course. Here's Dream. He's a normal-looking guy.
Yeah.
I was very.
Who does he look like? He looks a little bit like that new cast member on Saturday Night Live. You know,
Kimmel?
the new
What
one.
a Chugi reference.
I
What?
know.
Saturday Night
haven't
Live is still
seen
an
Saturday
airing
Live this
show that
season.
people watch.
I haven't watched in like 10 years.
Yeah,
I used
me
to
neither.
watch it a lot.
Yeah. Paul still watches the Late Show stuff and sends me clips sometimes, and I'm always like, come on, man. I don't give a shit what
Listen,
Jimmy Kimmel has to say.
At least he's not watching James Corden.
That's true. That's a good point.
Yuck.
Anyway,
Yeah, no
Dream.
thanks.
There's a boy. His name is Dream. I was cool dad this week and told my daughter about the Dream reveal before she heard, so she was like,
Oh my
"What?"
God, did she freak out?
And
He
I
looks
showed her
like
the
he would
article.
play.
No, she was like, "Oh wow, he's the guy."
Dream looks like he would play Shaggy in like a TV version of Scooby Doo.
Yeah, for sure. It's partially that's the hair, but
Yeah.
all right.
And his like 5 o'clock shadow he's got.
You guys tired of talking about hot gaming news, and you want to talk about something that's really important,
Yeah.
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 like Okami? We just skipped the
Nope.
thing. No,
Nope.
actually, before that, we should announce the end of the poll on the Patreon. We bumped the date up like we said we would because we thought this would be the last episode, but then it
I'm
wasn't.
sorry.
So Live Alive ended up winning, which it held a commanding lead the whole time. Undertale crept up but never got enough votes.
Yeah, it's
And
close.
That's that. We're playing Live Alive. We've all got...
Are we good with the order that I proposed that we play them in chronological order?
Yeah,
Sure. Do you
that
wanna-
makes the most sense.
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So yeah, we'll be playing them in chronological order. For the first chunker, we will be playing prehistory and ancient China.
Cool. But that's in 2 weeks because next week we're finishing Okami.
That's right.
So
This week we're talking about as much Okami as we want to, and then we'll stop.
Yeah.
I got to a certain point.
Yeah, I guess
I
we're
didn't-
just going to stop where John stopped.
Are you
So,
sure?
but
You can
before we
keep
get to
going.
that, we should talk about how we leveled up.
Yay!
Johnny,
Matthew.
you seem excited.
Oh, I was
I got
going to say
nothing.
Matthew.
I did nothing
Oh,
this
okay.
week. I worked.
Thinking, I know that we can't level up about stuff we've been thinking about, but I've been thinking about getting a racing wheel for my desk.
I
What do
can
you think
level up.
about that?
I can level up about
I
Star
like
Trek
that.
Voyager. That's a thing that I've been doing.
And
I
my
always
friend,
think it's cool when people have racing wheels or like the cockpit setup like
Yeah.
for airplanes. I think that's neat.
it would, you just like bolt it onto your desk and then you put the pedals on the floor. I wouldn't have to I'm not going to make a whole rig. I've got that curvy monitor, so I've already got like the surroundy kind of monitor stuff, and I think it'd be fun. I can even plug in my PS5 into this monitor, although I don't think it'll do the super wide, unfortunately. But I could still play Gran Turismo with the wheel.
You have to bolt it to your desk.
Well, like it's got a sort of a vicey thing, like
Oh, yeah.
like it
Yeah.
Like the
secures
mic,
on.
like these mics do. Makes sense.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
Gotcha.
fine. It's easy. It's easy to put on and put off. You can buy if I like it. You can get an attachment with a. It comes with a clutch, but you can get an attachment with a stick shift. So that'd be fun. So if you, know,
So that's how you're thinking about leveling up.
I'm thinking, yeah, my leveling up is more about thinking again. I know we're not supposed to do that. It's
I think
against
it
the
would be
rules.
okay if you, when you're sat at your desk playing with your wheel and your clutch, go.
Yes. In fact, not only should you do that, I demand you stream yourself doing that.
Yeah. Oh, definitely, definitely.
That sounds amazing. Actually, put a little camera, film yourself.
Oh yeah, I need a new webcam. My webcam died. I've been using my phone
Yeah.
and my iPad.
I need a new webcam too because my cat destroyed my webcam.
How?
Oh, little buddy.
I don't know.
Did it chew the wire?
I told you all about it at the time. Okay, I'm
So-
not telling you again because I don't
keep
remember
expecting me to
the
remember
details.
things that we've talked
I
about.
don't remember,
That's
so
not fair.
I just remember she broke it.
So I leveled down in a couple of ways. First, the car I bought had a broken heat seater, and I got like the you know, the shitty third-party warranty you can get when you buy a used car
Yeah.
from like not that dealer. It doesn't.
I really
cover,
regret getting that on my last car.
It doesn't cover heated seats, so
Of
I
course
had
not.
to pay.
It only covers like 4 things.
Yeah, it covers a lot. Like, it'll cover the motor for my convertible roof and stuff, so that's useful. But it does not
That's
cover
useful.
heated seats, so I did spend way too much money getting the heat. But, you know, it's like it's a convertible, and I love a heat heater. A seat heater.
And you live in Canada. You have
I
every
live in
reason to need a
Canada.
heated seat in Canada.
And then
It's
the
frigid.
only thing is, if you try to
the
fit,
frigid north.
if you try to fit 4 big friends into a little Beetle, sometimes your passenger seat can break, and that happened. Yeah.
Oh,
So
buddy.
I did have to fix that, but they fixed that for free at the dealership, I guess, because they felt bad for me paying $800 to put on a seat heater. So they fixed the other seat for free. That was nice of them. So really, I've been leveling down. I've been super sick, and I'm getting better. I'm back at work and everything. I wonder if it was like a lot of people are getting stuff. They're like, I've been sick. I've been testing negative for COVID. Is there something else going around, or is there a new strain that's not being picked up by those home tests? That's what I'm wondering.
I don't know, because I'm not a scientist, but I do find that if I do get like a little cold or something these days, I'm so not used to being sick after COVID that it feels like a bigger deal than it
Also,
probably have in the
I
past.
legit had a fever and everything.
Oh, yes, you sounded terrible. I'm sorry. I'm not trying to diminish what you have, but I'm just saying not everything is COVID, but
That's
other
true.
illnesses still exist and feel yuck.
Yeah, I never lost sense of taste or smell or anything. Anyway, sorry for complaining. But I haven't played. Oh, I did for my brother's birthday. I got him a used PS2 because his old one broke, and I used
nice.
that opportunity to pick up Xenoblade Chronicles on 3DS, which I admit I totally bought as an investment because it was like $35, and I know that thing's going to be worth like $100, $200 in a year or two. So, you know, go out and buy it if you see it cheap. That's my not. Well, wait, I can't give Vanessa, what's the legal things about not giving investment advice?
How would I know?
Oh, that's true.
That reminds me, ladies and gentlemen, write down in your little notebooks. Vanessa, not a scientist. If you had scientists, you're out. You've lost the game.
John, I will admit that hearing you talk about buying more video games as investments has me a little skeptical, because that's like hoarder logic, my friend.
What?
That's what all those hoarders say. Go to
What?
a swap meet, buy this stuff, and then I'll sell it later. Sounds like you're becoming a games hoarder is what I'm saying.
No.
Wow, sex
I
worker
don't
is
have
the
a
preferred
problem.
nomenclature.
You have the problem, Jim. So, Jim,
I
how
have
did
what?
you level up?
I have a level up, and it's fresh. I just did it a couple hours ago. I
Wow.
watched the first episode of the second season of Chucky, the TV series about Chucky that's on Sci-Fi.
I see you decided not to
And-
take my advice in the notes.
What was your notes? Talk about anything else.
JK.
But no, I watched Chucky, and that show continues to be great. It's got a great production value. The Chucky puppets look amazing, and the show is still willing to be super ballsy and fun. I like it very much. And one of the things that's really impressed me, my daughter and I watched all three, or the first 3 Chucky movies over this past weekend, and all of the Chucky movies have there's a one big continuity to all Chucky media that I really appreciate. Like, it's
Yeah,
all
except
one
for
big
Mark
continuing
Hamill,
story.
Chucky.
Yeah. Except for
That's
the reboot.
yes, not the reboot.
When is the
But, like,
Robo Chucky going to show up in the show? You know, to tie it all together.
that would be cool. That would be cool.
I liked
But,
Mark Hamill Chucky. I mean, the movie wasn't amazing, but he was fine.
I thought that movie was pretty good. I mean,
It's
it's
better than I expected
yeah.
it to be. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. But like, I love that all Chucky media has this big, crazy, overarching story that involves like body swapping and serial killers and voodoo, and I think it's super cool in the way they incorporate all that stuff into the show while continuing to flesh out Chucky as a character and all his interesting backstory. I think it's all really great. And like I said, the production value is good. Don Mancini, you can tell he learned a lot from Brian Fuller when he worked on Hannibal, because it kind of has that same vibe. Like Hannibal season 3 is what Chucky kind of feels like. So yeah, it's good. I would say check it out.
Hannibal season 3, but puppets.
But murderous puppets.
I mean, you don't need to say murderous. It's Hannibal season 3.
That's true. Yeah,
But puppets.
but puppets.
I bet you loved that puppet movie with Melissa McCarthy. What was it called?
Oh, I didn't watch that turd. I saw that one of the characters was Stanley from The Office, and I was like, that guy's not gonna be a part of any good production.
Wow.
Wow.
I mean, have you seen that guy in a lot of movies?
No, I haven't seen The Office either, to be fair.
Oh.
I mean, haven't seen? As in at all?
You've never watched The Office?
Wow.
In fact, it was on the TV today,
Oh.
and I probably watched about 2 seconds of it
Wow.
before I realized it was The Office, and I turned it off.
You sound like a real Angela right now.
Weird reaction to have. She is a real Angela.
Wow.
No, she's not.
Wow.
She's more of a Meredith.
No, she's not a
hasn't-
Meredith. That's a horrible thing to say.
She hasn't realized she's got rabies yet.
Meredith.
Maybe I'm just loyal to the UK version of The Office. Did you ever think about that?
Oh yeah, big Ricky
Are
Gervais
you?
fan, eh?
No, I've never seen that either.
She just wants to be like, oh, I haven't seen this popular show. Friends? What's that? Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't
exactly.
watch. I don't own a television.
Friends, what are those?
Never heard of them. Did you get a shirt, Jim?
I did get a shirt. I got an Ōkami shirt. Actually, funny story
What
about
a
this shirt.
poser.
I didn't remember
Vanessa.
ordering it because I ordered it that one night I took my meds right before we started recording, and then I drank a little bit of whiskey and blacked out. But I guess I bought this shirt when I blacked out. So, surprise, Jim.
I had a night like that, and I bought a book about Florida.
Oh, that nice Florida book. That's where that came from, eh?
I felt awkward about saying A, and then you said A. It was weird. Who's leveling up next?
Vanessa.
I watched a movie called Moonfall. It's about the
Ooh.
moon falling down.
Did it fall down?
Yeah,
What happened when it fell
Whoa.
down?
a whole bunch of shit.
Would you think it was a good movie?
No,
Now, wasn't Moonfall that?
Was that a
wasn't that the
Roland
DLC? Was that a DLC for
DLC for Prey, maybe?
Oh, that was the
Prey?
Prey DLC.
yeah, I watched the Prey DLC. No, this movie was very much in the vein of a 90s disaster movie.
It's a Roland Emmerich movie, isn't it? The guy that made
Yeah.
all those disaster movies? Who
Yeah.
stars in this movie?
Patrick Wilson.
Don't know who that is.
Don't know who that is.
You do. He's Mr. Conjuring from the Conjuring movies.
Oh, yeah. I do know who that is.
haven't watched-
Woof.
I haven't watched.
And
those.
he is Mr. Owl from the Watchmen movie.
Ah, I do remember that. Mediocre.
Oh, okay. I did see that movie.
Yeah. And Halle Berry.
Uh-huh.
Uh huh.
And John Bradley.
Not me.
Nope, John Bradley.
He's the dad from Nightmare on Elm Street, right?
I don't think so. He is Samwell Tarly from Game of Thrones.
Oh, I like that guy.
Okay.
This is a movie where the moon is falling
Oh,
down.
that guy. He's adorable.
Yeah, I would think that you'd be a fan.
Yeah, he's super cute.
Moon falling down. Everybody very upset because moon is coming. So they have to
I would be
reverse
instead of moon is coming too.
Yeah.
Oh, they reversed moon, huh? So does the
Yeah,
moon
they-
not hit the Earth?
Well,
Does it
see,
welcome
the
to
whole
Earth?
thing, it's like it's not welcome on Earth because it's causing a whole bunch of havoc, sort of 2012 style. Remember that movie with John Cusack where just everything happens? It's
Yeah,
very
it's-
much
I
like
remember
that.
in
It's
the,
turning Geminis into Taurus, Capricorns
Yeah.
into Aquarius.
What's that classic time traveler movie? Is it The Time Traveler? What's it called?
The Time Traveler's Wife. is
No,
what you're thinking
H.G.
of.
Wells.
Back
Time
to the
Machine.
Future.
The Time Machine. He does go in the latest one of those, which is now pretty old, I think. He goes to the future and the moon is
Is it the
falling.
Guy Pearce one?
Yes, I like that one. It was okay.
I like that movie. I
Yeah.
saw it in the theaters.
Yeah,
I've never seen it, and I've thought about it because I do like Guy Pearce.
I think it's good. I mean, it's not gonna blow your fucking hair off, but it's a
It gets
fun
kind of silly, but it's
sci-fi
a
action
fun,
movie.
well-made movie.
I mean,
Yeah.
the fucking time machine is a silly ass fucking story. Like he goes to the future, and humanity has split into subterranean and normal
And
dwellers.
the Morlocks.
But I liked that the new time traveler, all of the like future regular humans were like mixed race, which was a interesting thing to do in fucking 1999 or whenever that movie came out.
Well, that's what's got to happen. It just makes logical sense.
I agree.
Anyway, Moonfall. It's on HBO Max. If you like that kind of like movie, you get exactly what you think you're going to get. I'll say that of it.
Is that good?
And it was what I wanted to see, and we enjoyed it.
It's good.
What else did I do? I can't remember. I've been watching some Great British Bake Off, and now that's in the news. And it hasn't even happened yet. But this Friday, it will have happened by the time this episode airs. They're doing Mexico Week, and everyone is very scared.
Oh,
because they're British.
Yep. And that seems like a country that England has a hard time treating with any kind of respect.
I don't know enough about it. Like I can't even really think of any time I've seen any British media that dealt with Mexico existing at all. If that makes
Well,
sense.
Jeremy Clarkson, anytime he talks about Mexico, would go on about how lazy they are.
Is that the Top Gear guy who got fired for being racist?
Yes, actually, and I believe that is why he got fired. Well, that and he punched the
Oh.
producer.
Why? It doesn't make any
Didn't he start a
sense.
second show? Didn't he start a new
Yes,
show?
He
Yeah, of
has a
course he
new
did.
Amazon show that's popular. He didn't get canceled. He's richer than ever and still a piece of
Yeah.
shit who doesn't know.
Well, yeah,
makes
I
up
mean,
shit
that's
about
how-
cars and doesn't really know what he's talking about.
Hey,
Which
that's a
guy
hot
are you
take.
talking about?
Yeah.
What's his
The
name?
older
Jeremy
white guy
Clarkson?
with the
Yeah, they're all old white guys, but
Well, two of
that's
them
what
are-
I was gonna say.
Two of them
Oh,
are-
he's the
that
oldest
guy-
white guy of the bunch to me.
yeah, and
That's-
the worst for sure.
Yeah,
That
I
guy
agree.
looks like a guy that like dads want to listen to.
Oh, I
I
can't-
liked Top
I
Gear
can't
for a
listen to
minute
his
there.
Yeah, me too. And then I found
Yeah.
out like all the those like tests and stuff were made up. They like
Oh, really?
All the anytime like something
I just was
hilarious
like,
happened
this
to
is
a
all the
car,
same.
they sabotaged
They
it.
faked
like,
it.
Yeah, it's and but people think they're like, oh well, you saw that car in Top Gear. It's a piece of shit. It's like no, they fucked with the car to make it fail. Like
No.
Yeah, that's fucked up.
And then they got and like Tesla sued them for doing that, and they're like, "Oh no, we're a comedy show."
Yeah,
But
exactly.
people take them literally.
Yeah. Okay. That's Fox News, bud. You just stumbled onto the worst thing that's happening in the world right now. Okay, that's probably an exaggeration, but one of the reasons for that. Anyway, cool. Cool.
Yeah, so I've enjoyed the first couple episodes of that. We'll see
Jesus,
if that
Vanessa,
streak
I'm so sorry.
continues. And I've also been watching the new season of Making the Cut on Amazon.
Is that the stripper one again?
What kind of cuts do they make? Cuts to the team, cuts to their body,
Is it the stripper one?
cuts to fabric, cuts to cakes, cuts to
Well-
hair.
Let's explore your questions and Jim's question at the same time. Making the cut stars Tim Gunn and Heidi Klum. And it's the show that they created after leaving Project Runway.
Yeah, so it's about models.
So, do we think it's about strippers?
No, I was thinking of the Magic Mike show.
That was a great show. No, Making the Cut is basically Project Runway, but for people who are already fashion professionals. Like, they're a little bit more established than
What are they competing
Project
for
Runway
then?
contestant. More money and work.
That makes sense.
And then each week they sell the best look on Amazon because it's an Amazon Prime show.
Oh,
and
that's
you can go right
interesting.
to Amazon and buy the look.
I mean,
It's not bad. I mean, it's a way to monetize these artists' work immediately.
yeah, that's
And
an
have
interesting
them-
idea.
Yeah, I think it's kind of cool. And if you're a fan who's into fashion and you're like, oh my God, I love that, you could enjoy it.
I mean, now that you've told me about this, I'm terrified that that's in 10 years, every show is going to be like, oh, go buy these fucking Star Trek figures on Amazon right now.
It probably will be. It will probably be like, click here to buy the cup that so-and-so drank from in this episode. I bet it will be where you can pause the episode, like
like the
anytime you
X-ray
see something
thing.
you like. And then you can click on the drink or the food or
Wait,
whatever
but that's a
it
neat
is,
idea. You've come up with a
and
great
pop it
idea.
in your cart. It's a great idea. Trademark. This
You
is
know
my
what?
idea.
Get rid of ads entirely and just do that.
Yeah. Like the Truman Show. Everything will be integrated shopping. See it, click it, have it.
Cool, the future's great.
Feature is great. I'm into it.
Oh, I have another small level up, but I was just kind of surfing on Netflix the other day and saw that they did what I think is an entire season of Queer Eye in Austin, Texas. And I watched a couple episodes of it, and that show is really good. I liked it.
You should go out for that show, Jim. I mean, you kind of have your shit
Well, you
together,
have to
so you'll
own
have
your
to fake
house.
it.
Yeah.
If it was
I don't own my home.
2009, I can see you describing yourself as a metrosexual.
That was more of like a 2003 thing.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, but he's saying you were in Kansas and a little behind on the times. He's just
Yes.
he was sassy.
Yeah, that's what I meant. That's absolutely
Jim
what
likes
I
to go
meant.
get like a
Thanks,
pedicure
Sean.
with Jalen, right?
I do. I love getting my petties cured.
Yeah. I'm heterosexual. So I think that's all of my level up. Let's move on to Matt.
Yay, it's Matt. Welcome to Matt's Level Up. We're going to talk about all the stuff I did. I didn't do much. So,
Is there anything
you know what?
thought about doing?
I watched the penultimate episode of She-Hulk today, and I thought it was the final episode when I was going in, so it was kind of like this podcast right now. But it was great. Episode 8 of She-Hulk. I don't want to say any spoilies for my friend Vanessa that hopefully we'll catch up on the show. But I loved it, and they really nailed the characters, and they really nailed the looks, and She-Hulk still looks a little funky, unfortunately. But what are you going to do? It's not enough to ruin the show. It's fantastic. Like, it made me, like, laugh out loud. You know what I mean? Like, for real. Like, the dog probably jumped. You know what I mean? Good episode. Good show. And to anybody that loves Star Trek talk, I finally started watching Star Trek Voyager, and I'm like 3 seasons into it. And it was really bad at first, but it's been slowly getting better, and I like it. And I think I'm almost at the end of the 3rd season, and I think Kes is going to die, and I think 7 of 9 is going to replace her. I'm super into that because Kes is terrible. She's 2.
How is she still 2?
Actually, I watched the last episode I watched today, she turned 3.
Oh.
She's not great. I don't want to like trash talk, but I'm not going to be sad to see her go. And I hope that when she goes, Neelix gets fucking murdered brutally because that character's terrible. And I did watch
Maybe
the lizard
Neelix will
episode.
get that,
It was as weird as people said, because I was like, I didn't realize it was a lizard episode. I was like, oh my God, it's a Tom Paris episode, the worst kind of episode. He's the most boring character. And then he goes into the future and becomes a lizard man, and then he and Janeway give birth to they bang and have lizard babies, and they leave them on the planet. The lizard babies.
It doesn't seem like super cool to just abandon your children like that.
No, but they're lizards. Though they're
Well,
like
Vanessa, that's your mammalian instinct.
They are humans that have evolved to such a point that they have become just regular ass lizards. I guess that's where we're heading, is what Voyager thinks. Weird, not good.
Pretty close, but I think that we're all supposed to turn into crabs, right?
Yeah, crabs for sure. Knife crabs, I believe. Crabs with knives. Cass did have a fun episode where the character got taken over by another personality, and the actress got to stomp around and be somebody else, like a crazy warlord, and it was fucking fun. It was the first episode where I was like, wow, I actually appreciate this actress. Maybe she's more than this terrible character who's 2 years old and in an intimate relationship with an old, weird-looking alien man. Can't wait for them all to die. Let's go 7 of 9. Ooh, one more thing about Voyager, though, before I start talking about it. Do y'all remember, I'm sure Vanessa and John saw this, do y'all remember when Voyager basically did Voyager the movie, and they went back to, 1996? It was like a 2-parter. Sarah Silverman was there. Some other actor that was... Multiple other recognizable actors were there. I watched it yesterday. It felt like the fucking production studio was like, we're never going to get a movie out of this third spinoff of The Next Generation, so let's just do our own. And it very much was like a 2-hour fucking Star Trek Voyager the movie where they go back to the past and they go to Earth and blah, blah, blah. It was dumb as fuck, but I loved it. It was amazing. It was terrible, but it was great. The best part was Tom Paris being the most boring man alive, but Sarah Silverman throwing herself at him like, oh, you're such a great, cool man. And he's like in a Hawaiian shirt that he's got tucked into his high-waisted jeans.
Yeah, but I get it, man, because if you think about how men were in 1996 compared to how they are now, imagine how much better they're going to be in, 200 years?
I mean,
He's probably read feminist theory and shit.
Yeah,
he went to school for it.
I was saying to Vanessa today that there was an episode where one of the female characters got, I don't know, telepathically infected with the Vulcan Pon farr, which is when they get super horny and can't control themselves. And the whole episode was basically about how Tom Paris would not fuck this woman that was... But then I was like, you know what? This is probably the most PC of these shows because I feel like Riker would absolutely fuck this woman.
Oh, yeah.
But then by the end of the episode, he was down to clown. But it didn't happen, and instead there was a fight, which was fine.
That's what I say when I ask my significant other to go to the Bone Zone. Are you down to clown?
Wow, that's disturbing, and I feel bad for her.
I didn't think that you said it. I thought you just put on that red nose. And
then I place one on her and honk it.
And then you go out to her ear and go, do 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 do.
I say, take my hand, and there's an electric buzzer on it.
Please send my condolences to your significant other for what she has done. All right. Well, that's it for me. I didn't do much else this week. It was a busy work week, and also I have kids, and that shit keeps you busy. You guys want to talk about PUBG?
No.
No, nobody wants to talk about PUBG. Well, then I guess we should talk about Okami.
Where did we leave off last time? I don't remember.
Himiko's dead.
Last time, not even.
We came out of the dragon. Right out of that dragon.
Oh, yeah, we came right out of that darn dragon.
We did. We came out of the water dragon, and then I skipped some cutscenes, and then there was a water dragon bridge to the place I needed to go.
Oh, yeah, now we can go to Oni Island, right?
Yeah.
So much
But before
happens,
that,
though.
yeah,
Y'all
before
are
that,
just skipping all the cutscenes, and you have no
I'm
idea what happens
not
in this
saying
game.
that's what we should talk
I did.
about. I'm just saying that's what happens.
I did skip the
you're saying
cutscenes.
maybe a donkey dick came out of the wall and some horse cocks.
I didn't skip. I didn't skip the last cutscene. That's right. I already finished this game. Oh, who put that bet? Who lost the bet? Was it Vanessa?
You know, it feels. Doesn't it feel good to like finish a game early? It's like such a.
Vanessa-
I'm addicted to this. I'm high on this feeling.
Refused to take
when
my
I was
bet because
finishing
I
it, I was
wanted
like,
the
I think
3
we're
to
probably
1
finishing up
odds.
the game for the final episode, so I have to do this right now.
Yeah.
Yes,
But
I did
then
proffer a
Johnny.
bet, but Johnny counter-offered, and I did not accept his counter-offer, so there was no bet.
Mm-hmm.
However,
Sorry about that. Yeah.
did I believe that you would not finish this game? There may have been a point where I did.
Hey, there was definitely a point where I thought about fucking quitting and just being like, you guys have fun for the rest of this season. Spoiler alert, Matt squarely against is going to be a big old thumbs down. This game sucks.
Well, I like that, Matt. I appreciate you finishing the game even more because you were like a couple episodes behind, I think. Like, remember that first chunker you just did the opening cutscene?
Yeah, that's... I don't know that that's... Oh, yes. I played up...
You were a couple chunkers
I
behind.
played like 2 hours, yeah. And then But I thought I had hit the end point, but I had not. And then the second episode I was going to skip, so I just didn't bother playing.
Yeah,
Because
but
I went to a baseball game.
the fact that
But then
you
I showed up on the
overcame
episode
adversity...
anyway, because I love my listeners, and I want them to appreciate.
You overcame adversity for
I
our
did.
fans.
I did. I sat down and played like 10 hours of this on like a Saturday, and it was not a great Saturday for me. Anyway, so I am not going to try to remember what happened because I skipped the cutscenes. What happened first?
I can. Well, remember
get out
that
of the dragon.
that Rao was like, "Oh, I'll take these fox flutes. Thank you very much, because
Yes.
they're the only thing we can use to defeat the Dark Lord. So later." And she ran off with them. And you went to go talk to her at her shrine because you were worried about her being attacked. Except that she wasn't there. You couldn't go inside. But there's like a ghost, but it's a ghost of her. How's that work? And she's like,
I said
leading
last
you to
week,
this-
this isn't really her. And you guys were like, no, it is. And it's not. She fucking died. And we saw a fake. And I was right.
So we go see her. Her guards are all knocked out, and you take the elevator,
they
go
are.
through the lava tunnels, and you find she's super dead. She's super dead.
Yeah, she's just straight up dead.
Yep.
And who shows
As
up?
soon as like,
Oh,
Who
no,
killed her?
Go ahead.
Was it you?
no, it was. In fact, Johnny, you should say your reveal first. I was premature.
Yeah.
You look up, and who is there? But Princess Rao. Not Princess Rao. Oh, no. Chancellor
Priestess.
Rao? Priestess Rao. That's it. And she's like,
The
hey.
busty babe herself.
And but Amaterasu's like, grr. And Isune's like, what? This is our buddy, busty babe. What's wrong? Amaterasu's like, grrr. And Rao's like, I guess I can drop all pretenses about being the Rao because I totally murdered her. And then she
Bum,
shows her
bum,
true form, and she's got
bum.
this like Kunimitsu fox mask, like from Tekken, and it looks super cool. And she's like, so sorry, suckers. It looks like I got the upper hand on you. And then you fight her and beat her, but then she's still like, nah, later, dum-dums. I'm taking my fox flute and going. I'd killed her a long time ago. I tried to get you eaten up by the dragon warrior, dragon fish, water dragon. And I've been like fucking around. I'm the one that put the toxic goo into the king and got rid of his air purifier
Mr.
flask.
Blight. Yeah.
Yep. Put the toxic goo in the king.
Yep.
I thought this fight with her was. I was like, what? Why am I getting hit so much now? Like I felt like it got a lot more difficult very quickly.
I'd I think no, in the next dungeons where I tried using the glaive for a while, but I'm like, even though this is a more powerful glaive, it still sucks. I'm going back to my
I like
rosaries.
the glaive.
Anyway, so she's like later, oh yeah, there's the dragon crystal. How about I take that too? I'm just gonna swallow that up in my tum-tum. And the thing is, when you fight her, she does like cough it up and forgets about it when she runs off laughing. So you do have the dragon crystal. And so what does the dragon crystal do?
Well, before we talk about that, I think it's time for Vanessa's headcanon. Everyone's favorite reoccurring segment on this show.
Vanessa's head cannons aimed at your face.
Yeah, thank you for the theme. I have always assumed, while playing this game, that Amaterasu knows exactly what's going on at all times. And Isun is really the sort of audience surrogate who's like, what is this? What is that? What is happening? Why are we doing this? But I did find it strange that Amaterasu happily handed over those foxtail thingies and then immediately changed her tune when she encountered the priestess again. But maybe she's playing four-dimensional chess, and I'm just playing Ōkami.
That's a good point. But I was under the impression that Amaterasu doesn't know what's going on, but she's also got like really good dog instincts. She can tell when someone's about to be a dick.
Can dogs do that?
They can pick up on people's change in like attitude and tone and stuff.
Dogs can sense that you used to be a real piece of shit, you know?
Yeah. People can change, though.
Yeah.
Anyways, Blue Dolphin burned down. It's gone now. Mike Ravani's ass out. Lives with his brother now.
Inside, so she put her little she put a fragment of herself into the crystal ball, and
the Empress did, yes.
Yeah, the Empress did. She's like, I knew this was gonna happen, so I put myself in here for safekeeping, but unfortunately this does mean I'm gonna die, because that's just the way it works. It's just what happens, and everyone's real sad. Poor Isun losing another busty babe. And she is like, later, sorry about that, but I can, I guess, give you some powers about Oni Island. Yeah, she can still tell you where Oni Island is. I think that's the last gift. But okay, there's the thing. It's like, it's right there. The whole time you see where Oni Island is. It's like right off the coast of Ryushima.
Well, yes, but there's two factors, Johnny. Mm-hmm. Factor one. Mm-hmm. Oni Island moves every evening, and you never know where it's going to appear next.
Is that true?
That is true.
It is true, but it's always in the same place on the game, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, maybe it just moves like an inch or two to either side.
Nobody knows where it's going to go.
Yeah, we don't know if it's going to go an inch to the left or an inch to the right. But the all-important factor, too, is that it is surrounded by an impenetrable barrier, which is why we had to go visit the dragon people, because we need both the knowledge of where it will be and the ability to break its barrier in order to take any action against Oni Island.
And how do we break the barrier?
Dragons.
Dragons?
Dragons.
Okay.
The Mermaid Queen takes the dragon orb and uses it to become the new dragon, because the dragon was the king or whatever.
Yeah.
And he dies, and when you go inside and kill him, and then the Empress or the Queen or whatever she is of the Dragonians becomes the new dragon and turns into a bridge for you.
Yeah, I thought this was neat. And she's like, this will probably kill me, but it doesn't so far.
Yeah, I mean, the other dragon was a dragon for a long time, seemingly, so I don't know why she thinks it's going to kill her.
Well,
don't yawn at
The
me.
force of breaking the barrier.
It's like my grandmother who spent the last 40 years of her life saying how she's going to die soon.
Yeah, my grandmother's been doing that for 20 years, and my mother's been doing it for 20 years.
Oh, wow. Anyway, so now we can get to Oni Island, and she gives us a lift out there, and Oni Island, honestly, pretty cool place. I gotta say, everyone's treating you well. Not a whole lot of, like, enemy encounters. I don't know, It seems cool. Maybe we should give Oni Island a chance, is what I'm saying.
There's a lot of races.
Yep. There's more
Like
people
species?
Nope.
Oh, well, let's talk about that, because one of the first people you meet over in Oni Island is Tobi.
You don't really... I don't think you explore the island. There's not much of an island. Like, it's a temple or
it's
palace.
it's a castle. It's a
You
big
go
old
inside,
castle.
and one of the first people you meet is this floating piece of paper named Tobi that wants you to race.
Yeah, Tobi's like, I am the gatekeeper of this castle, and no one passes without my approval, and I don't know who you are. You're an outsider. You must
Here are
prove
my
yourself
questions.
worthy.
Do you like the She-Hulk show? Answer yes and be expelled.
Oh,
I'm
you sound
a
like that
50-year-old
was it
virgin
the-
complaining about television on the internet.
You sound. Isn't that one of those questions you have to answer for the Right Stuff dating app?
Probably.
Oh, is that what it's called? I've heard about
Yeah.
this new conservative dating app.
I think by noted gay man
massive
Peter
piece of
Thiel.
shit Peter Thiel is a fucking investor. Fuck that guy and anything he's involved in.
Yeah,
I heard there's not a lot of women on it.
Yeah,
I've heard that too.
And apparently, all the women on there are just scammers or blockers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, so, this gatekeeper is
Good.
like, well,
Nothing makes me happier than these people eating their fucking own.
how does why is the new Star Wars bad? Let's talk about it, and who's ruined it and why The Last Jedi is a piece of garbage, how you can't like video games unless you've played every single Nintendo game that I played as a child. But also,
Oh my
How about-
god. How could I have let this happen?
what's up?
Hot gaming news special edition.
This
Garbage
just in.
Pail Kids. The
Oh,
game.
Christ.
Oh, no.
Finally
Come
coming
on.
out. I threatened everyone to talk about it, and then I forgot. Pale Kids, the game. We're going to talk about this.
Do you like
Garbage
your
Pail
GPK?
Kids, Mad Mike, and the quest for stale gum. They got the original Garbage Pail Kids artists to come back and do all the promotional
Art
images for it, and they're
Spiegelman?
gorgeous.
Is it Art Spiegelman's doing the art for it?
I don't think so. Art Spiegelman?
Oh wow. Yeah, he was like one of the big Garbage Pail Kid designers.
Was he really?
Yeah. That's what he did
That's
before
weird.
Mouse. Yeah.
Oh, that was before Mouse.
Yeah.
Anyway.
I like to think he followed up the masterpiece of Mouse with Garbage Pail Kids.
Hey, shout out to Mouse 2, by the way. A lot of people say it sucks, but I enjoyed it.
I read both. They're
I
Who
haven't
the
read that
fuck doesn't like Mouse? Are you
Mouse
kidding
2.
me? Oh,
What's
2.
Mouse 2?
Mouse 2 is just
it's
the
just-
continuation of
yeah,
Mouse
it's just-
1.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it
Yeah.
Mouse 2 like later?
No.
Yeah, I think his dad dies.
There's a time jump, right? Or
Yeah,
maybe does
it's more
it
about
fly?
his,
Yeah.
It's more autobiographical, I would say.
Yeah. I like that. Then they're so different. I like them both.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
Anyway, Garbage Pail Kids, Mad Mike and the Quest for Stale Gum is a retro throwback NES style, Nintendo style, like Nintendo Entertainment System styled game that looks pretty fun, gang. And there's different characters. There's Mad Mike, there's Luke Puke, Leaky Lindsay, and Patty Putty. You know? You guys know all those
And
great
vomiting
characters.
Vanessa and
It looks like a
Mangy
f-
Matt.
That's right, Mangy Matt. What was it? Jock Itch Jim and
Jizzin' Jim.
Jizzin' Johnny. No, you're Jock
I said
Itch Jim.
Jizzin' Jim. I got to keep it.
Nobody asked you what your name was.
Oh, it's all coming together. This is why I declared it No Nut November to stop Jizz and Jum.
Jom is what she just said. Way to play the middle. Yeah. Anyway, it looks fun to me, and I will probably play it. I like a NES throwback game. You know? Y'all like them NES throwback games?
No, and I will not play it for the show. Don't even think about it.
And there is going to be an actual NES cartridge released.
Wow, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, and they're bright pink and teal colored. Beautiful. Anyway, hot gaming news update over.
Oh no, it's Joe Simcoe is the one that did the art for the game.
Yeah. Is that not the original guy?
It is, but I think there was a few people. Let's see. I'm going to look up the Garbage Pail Kids artists.
Yes. Let's continue talking about Garbage Pail Kids. Please tell me who the artists were. I occasionally will buy a pack of these cards for my son. They're way more expensive than you would think for fucking 12 pieces of cardboard.
Does it come with a piece of gum?
Yes, it does. And it's
What does garbage pail gum taste like?
It tastes like fucking what's the not Bazooka Joe?
Joe.
What's the flat one that would always come in things?
He only did
Please.
did
No.
6 cards. Art Spiegelman.
Spiegelman.
You know what I read the other day? I didn't verify if this is true or not, but
I'm
you guys
surprised
know
he
the
did any of
director.
them.
Do you guys know the director Todd Field? You know who
Nah.
Todd Field is, the director? John, do you know who Todd
Is that
Field
the
is?
guy
He's
that
a very famous
directed
director.
The Joker.
Is he
No,
the one that
that's-
directed the Garbage Pail Kid movie?
Yes. But, so Todd Field, very famous director, also invented Big League Chew.
Oh wow.
I fucking love Big League Chew.
Yeah, me too. That's a good
Give me
flavor.
that shredded grape gum.
Oh, yeah, that shredded grape.
That was real good. So let's go back to talking about Ōkami for a little bit. Tobi is a piece of paper, and he challenges you to races. And honestly, you think you would hate Tobi because these races suck. I hated doing them.
They suck.
They were
suck.
really I mean, I wasn't bad at them, except for Vanessa
didn't
saw
have-
me fail one, and
I
it took
had
me
a
like
couple
5
where
minutes.
I had a couple where I like hit a wall, or one where I like hit a wall and was like, "What the fuck?" and then realized
That saw one where you had to dodge a saw and then immediately make a hard left.
Hard
that
right,
one
yeah.
screwed me.
the
That one
spike
screwed
one.
me.
the spike
Yeah,
walls is the one that really fucked me up. I had to slow down to progress.
Oh, that was a tough one. Yeah.
For me, it was like the second to last one was a little tricky just because I didn't get that there was a part. Like, first of all, I didn't go back up the first couple of times, and then and it's a long especially if you I didn't realize there's a second part to it, so I kind of stopped after the first part and then fell. And
yeah.
you fall down to kind of the beginning of that level, and it's really
Really?
annoying if you fall the second.
I
Yeah.
thought but I also when they started incorporating races where like there was jumping involved, where I had to jump over stuff, I found that those were a lot easier. So I felt like the races got a little easier as they went. Like
I
Yeah,
agree
for
with
the
you.
most part, and I kind of got used to like dashing more because I didn't
Yeah.
really
Oh
use
yeah.
that
Like
helps.
the
I had
dash.
never really used it. Once I learned how to time it, I got better.
Yeah,
So that I could chain them
it
better.
was fine.
Yeah.
It was fine. It was just there's so many of them. But basically every time you talk to Tobi, you find out Tobi's like always been looking for someone to race against, and that Tobi like is kind of ignoring his job as gatekeeper just to make these new races for you because Tobi loves finding an opponent, and then Tobi admits his love for you. I mean, which is interesting. It's kind of a
And then
step I
Tobi
wasn't
dies.
seeing. Yeah, after the last one, like, okay, you've done it. You finally beat all my races, and with that, I must die. And then, like, it puts on the hyper dramatic death music, and there's a whole long scene of Isum being like, "No, Tobi, there must be a way." He's like, "No, I violated my oath to be a bad guy and a gatekeeper, but I didn't. It's all worth it to race against the perfect racer." And the music
Yeah, and
swells.
he's like, I don't have any flowers to give you. I wish I did. Just say goodbye.
And then Tobi dies and a single flower grows. where Tobi was. It was so beautiful. I just wiped my tears away.
Tobi.
Tobi. Vanessa, what do you want to share about Tobi, your friend Tobi?
I hate him, and I'm glad he's dead.
Same, hard same. Fuck Tobi and this whole thing. It's shit. And this is basically the whole dungeon. Like, you get a few enemies here and there, but pretty much it's just race. Fight an enemy, race, fight an enemy, race.
And you got electric.
Wait, I'm thinking of the
you
other.
get electric powers.
This is not lightning place, is it?
Yeah, it is. You get lightning here. Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
yes.
Yeah,
And
I found the puzzles here fucking annoying.
Oh, I
I like
disagree. I thought that this was some of the most clever. Was that this palace where you got the lightning?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's
it's
not.
the only
Okay.
dungeon I've done. So yes.
Okay.
It's hardcore, the place where you get the lightning.
John.
Okay, yeah. I
trust
wasn't
John.
sure.
Anyway, I thought that I liked
You trust John.
Yeah, I do because he played it today. I liked that you like picked up the elements in your mouth and carried it around and were able to use it in
Yeah.
puzzles. And I kind of was like, why didn't they do this the whole time? Like, why didn't you give me a
Yeah.
torch in the fire level and do the same thing? It would have been really. It was
Totally.
really clever level design. Other than the Tobi stuff, I liked the lightning stuff a lot. It was really good. And then it only does it this once, and then it goes away forever.
that the Tobi death is a total parody of like unearned character deaths, and I loved it. I don't know. I just thought it was a really fun.
I mean, I
and
was
clever
skipping a lot of
moment.
this. I can't really say.
Oh,
I
okay.
was so annoyed. I did not give a shit what Tobi had to say.
His death scene was.
And I've been
so
saying this since
good.
day one, but the slow text crawl that you can
Yeah.
only sometimes speed up is just, it hits me right in the ADD, and I can't stand it. Like,
Yeah.
it's just, well, you guys know the truth. I'm just masturbating the whole time.
The writing here was real fun. Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Oh yes, speed up. Oh, you're teasing me so bad, text.
Maybe Matt's garbage pail kid is masturbating Matt.
Oh, yeah, probably.
Yep.
Nobody says masturbating. It's baiting, and we all know it.
Baiting.
So you get to the top of the tower and nobody's there, and it seems like what? Wait, where's Busty Babe? What's going on? I thought she was going to meet us here, but she does show up, and she's a fox. Oh, 9 tails, and
She shows up when we reveal her constellation. She's up in the sky.
Oh yeah, I love that, the evil constellation, and then she's got her own brush. Oh, that was so
yeah,
cool.
this is fun too. The brush, her fighting you with a brush is pretty cool.
Yeah. So like,
She'll
if
cancel
you
your
take
attacks
too
out
long,
if you take too long. Yeah, she'll do different things to like oppose what you do. She'll do gales and stuff. It's fun.
This is great. Really great fight. So yeah, first you fight her in her normal form, and then she turns into Fox and 9 Tails form, and you have to like defeat each of her tails, which turns into like an old woman walking around. I like that. Like if you kind of get her off balance.
Yeah, one of them
her
is like an
tails.
old woman.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
One of them
because-
is sort of a chubbier woman. They're
Yeah.
all versions of Busty Babe, but they're
Oh, really?
different ages, I think. Yeah. I believe so.
okay.
I thought
You have
this was really hard, just because I didn't know what to do at first. I didn't know I was supposed to hit all the little people.
You have to burn
yeah.
like tails up with the fire first, and then they all turn into little people, and you just have to beat them up.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah, because basically you have to attack the fox until she goes into defense mode and she starts drawing up her sword. Hit her sword with lightning
yeah.
that catches all her
Yeah.
tails on fire.
That's right.
And then the only thing you can damage are her when her tails turn into the different life state. What a good boss!
But these,
I thought this was
yeah,
great
it's such a
boss.
cool boss. And these little guys hit really hard though.
yeah.
I've
But
done
they
any
like
problems
if you
with
got the
any of
whip.
this.
If
Yeah.
you've got
Oh, really?
the whip, you
don't
can
get
like
close.
get
Yeah,
all 3 of them
for
in a
sure.
cluster and just
Yeah, it's
destroy them.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or and like the lightning will almost one hit some of them. Like
Yeah.
if you can chain the lightning to them, it will kill them.
Oh, I didn't
so
try
quickly.
that. That's a good idea. That makes sense.
Yeah, it almost one hit a few of them.
It's pretty fun. What a great fight! Like this is.
It is a great
I kind of
boss.
wish all boss fights were this good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As she reforms,
They're
she
not.
has fewer tails, which I really appreciated.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. You have to set her tails on fire, and then she'll pull her sword, And you have to
And
electrocute
the last tail that I got
You didn't
was
have to
just
set her tails on
like
fire.
the
That's what I did. I
shuffling.
set her tails on fire over and over again.
The last what I got was just a shuffling old woman who could not even hurt you, and I thought that was a fun little finale
Yeah,
touch.
she's just like
Yeah.
crawling along.
Well, eventually you get down to one tail and its attacks change and it starts like slashing at you with the sword. But it
And
still
it looks
will
like a
do
mangy
the...
old fox at that
Yeah,
point.
it does.
Yeah.
But then it'll hold its sword up and you can zap it, and that fucks it up. That's the end.
And you get a little story sequence after you defeat her because she turns to darkness and then flies away like all the other bosses up north to the mysterious
Yeah. Oh, this is the one.
Northlands.
Last week I said for some stupid fucking reason I thought this was the end of the game. I don't know
Well,
why
it feels
I thought that.
pretty finale,
Man,
Except then
I
you realize
thought this
like,
was the end of the
hey,
game, and I was so excited. And then when it popped me out and was like, "You can go to the frigid north now," I wanted to die. I wanted to die, and I really liked this dungeon other than the Tobi stuff. So I guess I was on the fence because the Tobi stuff was bad. But I really liked some of the things in this dungeon a lot, and I loved the boss fight. But then it ended, and I was like, "Fuck you!" I almost quit.
So you head down to after you defeat her, Waka shows up and is like, well, you know what? I just wanted to give you a little clue. Zap, zap, turny, turny. That's my prophecy for you. And also let me mark something on your map. And Issun is very insulted that you have had your map written on by this jerk. And then at least you aren't fighting Waka anymore. He just disappears. I have no idea who Waka's working
Matt,
for.
your mic's muted.
I learned a little bit about Waka that I'll get into in the bullshit minigame corner.
Oh.
Because I did a bullshit minigame that reveals his secret.
Ooh, I can't wait to hear. So I did go to the Northland, and there, back in Shinshu Field, there is that weird, like, broken down tower that happens to have that lightning rod that we've seen all over the Oni Palace dungeon. And so you just zap that and it starts turning and then gives you a passage to the Northlands. And it seems like you know where this is going, right? So yeah, you got to be prepared if you're going to go this way. And I was like, let's do it. And he's like, okay, we're going to do it. And so you go there and it is super cold. It's the frozeniest north as I am used to, someone from Quebec. It's like being at home.
Yeah.
Not a fan of the ice
Yeah.
physics.
I don't know.
The
I'm having fun with
unnecessary ice physics. Ew.
I haven't done the dungeon yet, so
It's not even in the dungeon, like around the towns and the
Yeah.
other places.
I
There,
know,
you
I was
slip
having
and
Be
slide
fun.
on
running
the ice.
around. Do y'all think that this is a good stopping point so we have enough to make a whole episode next
Sure.
time?
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, you know what? Our fans are okay with us doing a little shorty.
Yeah.
We learned a lot. So let's talk about some side quests. I kind of didn't do that many because I did one bullshit minigame that I did want to talk about, and that is building a snowball. I built it. The little kid was like, build a snowball for me. And I'm like, okay, I'll try it. And that's pushing around a snowball until it gets huge without... The only trouble is that it does have some momentum and you don't want to hit all these fires that are around the landscape. That was pretty fun. I like that. You just have to hit all... It takes about 10 minutes to build a snowball. And you get nothing? Oh, no, you just get
Praise,
some
I
praise. Yeah, you do get some praise. Yeah.
Praise,
50
the
praise
ultimate
points.
currency.
Yeah. What minigame were you wanting to tell us about, Vanessa? And tell us about Waka's secret.
Well, I have two to talk about, actually. One is marlin fishing. Did I talk about that last time? I did. Never mind. We already covered marlin fishing. But the one I want to talk about is thief chasing, which I talked about a bit last time, but I could not complete the thief chase because I did not have zappy zap power. But once you have zappy zap power, you can go back and chase this thief one more time. He splits into 5 different aspects of himself. 1 you have to splash with water. one with fire, one you slash. I think there was another fire one or maybe 2 water ones, and one you have to zappy zap. But how can you possibly zappy zap this guy? We can't make lightning. We have to find a lightning source someplace. Enter the ghost.
Oh.
Yeah, you remember that ghost that's hanging around outside the kimono shop? And he is a zippy zap ghost made of lightning. So you have to chase this thief until he runs next to the lightning ghost and then zap the correct aspect in order to destroy it. You do the same thing with water spout on the water ones and fire spout on the fire ones. And when you've finally beaten him up, he says, "Oh, you got me. You've really taught me a lesson. My thieving days were over. And just between you and me, I used to give back the stuff I stole anyway. I just did it for the love of thieving. But now I'm going to go and be a good man. So take the last thing I stole, which is this mask." So you take the mask. You go over to this particular lake in the corner of the town, and if you use water spout, you can go up into the sky where there's a floating office, I guess. And this is the office of the knights that Waka is in charge of. They all wear masks. If you stroll on in there, you find lots of statues of women and people with like wings attached to them and halos and whatnot. And it looks very high tech and computery. And there is one guard there who has lost his mask. And he had promised me that if I bring back the mask, he would tell me a secret about Waka. Because he's obsessed with Waka.
Waka Stan.
Yeah, he says this himself. He's like, I love Waka. I love learning about Waka. So he tells us that this organization is roughly 200 years old, but there, in all the records, is only mention of one leader, and it's always been Waka.
Ooh.
So the secret is, Waka is 200 years old, at least.
Next episode, when we talk about the ending, I think the lore that they introduce at the end of the game is super neat. I think it's way cool.
It's fun.
I enjoyed it.
I like
Definitely set up for a sequel that never came, though.
I like the Japanese folklore flavoring of a lot of this stuff. Like, it's neat, and the art's good when they do like the art pieces that you can see, you know.
I like the sci-fi stuff creeping in. Like, that used to really bother me. I didn't like my fantasy stuff to touch my sci-fi stuff, but I think it's neat. Yeah. I like it.
I don't know.
What are you talking about? Your favorite game is Chrono Trigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's an RPG though.
Okay.
Those things are all like that.
True.
Mm-hmm. All right. Who wants to talk
any
about
more
what
bullshit
their
mini games? No.
Well, all of the races were sort of bullshit minigames.
Yeah, those sucked.
No,
So it's like
those were
6
landscape
times
puzzles, as
trials?
we've discussed.
Oh, wait, hold on. Can we all just have a group therapy session about that last blockhead? Fuck that last blockhead.
What the only blockhead I saw was the one to get up to the end, and he had 5 dots. He wasn't that hard.
It took me like 20 tries, so fuck
Me too.
everything you just said to me.
I bet like 20 or 25 tries to do that.
Johnny
many
says
tries did
it
it take
wasn't
me?
that hard.
2?
But he also used a cheat that I told
Well,
him
I
about.
did, but I couldn't use it because I tried it, but I'd let go of the button, remember, and then it didn't work. I was like,
Yeah, I do remember.
I'll just do it normal. But I just have a good memory. That's all.
Yeah, I was able to do this one normal. There is a blockhead later that's optional that has 8 points that appears.
Oh my gosh, no way.
And that one I couldn't do without a little bit of non-lateral thinking. Whipped out
you
my
have-
cell phone, took a little video, and then I just watched it back and filled in the dots.
What'd you get?
I think you just get praise for that.
Yeah, it's in one of the little underground shrines.
It's in a little well.
Oh, okay. Oh, gross.
All right, so who's wants to talk about what theirs squarely's against is?
I'll go first. I'm roundly for the Ninetales boss fight.
Yeah.
Super cool environment with the storm happening. That sword that the fox whipped out was super cool. Mechanics of it were fun. A+ boss fight.
Cool, fun being able to utilize lightning storms in the background.
Yes, yeah.
You've done it with torches and stuff, but not so much shit in the sky.
Yeah,
cool.
I felt like you're actually manipulating the environment. It's really neat.
Yeah, I agree. I'll go next. I am roundly for the lightning power in this dungeon. I thought it was fucking fantastic. It really felt... I think I said this about a dungeon in maybe one of the other chunkers. Or maybe it was just me saying that about this in the chat. But it felt not just like a Zelda ripoff dungeon, but as good as some of the very best Zelda dungeon stuff. It really was fantastic. Great game design here. Fantastic. Too bad it's wrapped up in this garbage package. What about you, Vanessa?
I am roundly for Tobi. I think he's great.
Wow.
What I love about Tobi is that he gives you a series of tasks and then you have to complete them. But what I am squarely against is timed trials that are not optional in games. I'm a lady who likes to take my time. I'm a slow bro. Mm-hmm. I'm a turtle Tina. I'm a slothful Susan. I just want to go at
Slow
my own
Sally.
pace. I'm a slow Sally, and I don't
Creepin' Cathy.
to be rushed. I'm a creepin' Cathy. I'm a rambling Rita. I'm a shuffling Sharon.
You're a dawdling Diane.
So
You're a real snaily Sam.
I'm a snaily Sam. And when a game tells me, oh, you only have so many seconds to get through this obstacle course, I don't like it. You remember Portal? Portal's a great game where
I remember
a
Portal.
master gives you many tasks to perform, but
Yeah.
you don't have to do them in a certain amount of time. I think it's fine if a game wants to be like, now you can go back and do a timed trial. Many games have things like that. Fine. I'm not going to do it because I don't like to be rushed, as we have discussed. But put that in there for the people who want it. For the people who don't want it, don't put it in there. Just be like, hey, I'm Tobi, and here's my bullshit obstacle courses. Could you get through them? Yes, I can. I hate Tobi, and I'm glad he's dead. Johnny, what are you squarely against?
I'm roundly for my best friend Tobi, and I'm squarely against his horrible, untimely death. He sacrificed so much for the love of the game and for the love of his fierce competitor. And Jim is making his cat so happy. and that's it. Is everyone gone? Does Matthew still need to go?
Nope.
Are we all done? Nope, we're all done. Okay. So, friends, sorry for making this take an extra day or extra week, but, things happen. It's fine. We do have a Patreon, and we'll have a new vote up soon because I don't think that Live Alive is going to be a super long one. I think there's only 6 characters, right?
Yeah. 7 maybe, but
okay, so
I
3
think
or
the
4
game
episodes.
only averages about 20 hours, I think is what I read.
Yeah,
It
4 episodes.
averages
Lord.
fucking 40 hours. I looked it up today.
No way.
Yes.
No way.
The Rush
I'm not going to have this
playthrough
done
was
again.
23 hours. Oh, you talking about Live Alive? I'm talking about Okami.
yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, it was. Live Alive was 20 hours.
Yeah, 20
Yeah,
hours.
Jim's Ōkami experience was insane. I don't understand. We all are clocking
fake
in around
news.
40 hours.
You guys
Jim is
think
like,
I'm lying
"It took
about
20
it.
hours.
I actually beat the game in less than 23 hours. When you guys were taking like 35, 40 hours to beat it, I was like, how?
You skipped every single cutscene.
I didn't start skipping cutscenes until after the first half of the game when I beat Orochi. Mm-hmm. When I got to go to the northern part of the coast. It was after the city, I guess.
Yeah, so
I skipped
yeah.
every cutscene after my first 2-hour chunker, so I don't know why that would make a difference.
See, I don't know.
Anyway.
How did I do it, you might ask? I don't know. It's a miracle.
You're just fast gamer.
Yeah.
I'm at 24 hours, and I've gotten a little bit past this. Where the point?
So you'll be closer to my time than you will theirs.
Yeah, unless I do the side stuff in the city. I did make a child draw "shut bitch" all over the floor, and that made me laugh so hard.
He did.
Uh-huh. Anyway,
Shut Bitch, of course, made famous when Jim texted somebody about
an
having his old
authenticator
number.
password.
No, yeah, well, I got locked out of my Facebook, and the number they had on file was my old cell phone number from when I was in my 20s, and I texted to see if they would send me the Facebook unlock code, and they text back, shut, bitch.
So,
oh my
yes,
gosh, y'all,
they're
I have
willing to
some
help.
late breaking hot gaming news. I'm so sorry to interrupt. But
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, it's great.
an important one.
Yep.
Chess Grandmaster Hans Niemann got scanned with a metal detector on
I
his
saw that.
butt
They scanned his butt, yeah.
to make sure that he does not have his vibrating butt plug cheating device in there.
Oh, Vanessa, did you see the thing about that the woman poker player who got accused of cheating?
Yes,
Another
I did.
cheating scandal, yeah.
Another cheating scandal. The scandal this time is sexism, apparently, because there's no evidence that this woman beat this guy by cheating. What she seemed to have done is play a hand contrary to the mathematical odds.
Yeah, she made a series of it's a really stupid way to play poker, but because the other guy's hand was even worse, she ended up winning at the end when the river card was turned, and because it didn't follow the poker logic that a lot of those freaking weirdos adhere to, they're like, oh, she cheated. But
well,
she was
it's
just
worse than that, though.
kind of
he
playing
threw
like
a
shit.
Fit. Like, he threw a baby fit. And
She returned his money.
Yeah, he was
What?
demanding his money back.
Yeah.
Because how dare she play that way and not...
She shouldn't have returned his money. She should have been
No.
like,
No.
So I know this is, so I've played poker with people like that. Like, I play poker in the neighborhood down the road sometimes, and there's this guy that used to be my neighbor who, because I'm not good at poker, I'll just sometimes call really stupid hands because I don't really know what I'm doing. So if anybody does that and beats him, he gets. I've seen him get so mad he just got up, took his stuff, and went home.
Yeah, that's basically what this guy was doing.
Yeah, it's annoying, and it's like a shitty way to be, like a good sportsman.
Yeah, well, and people were pointing out, if that's the way if that's the only legitimate way you think there is to play poker, then just have some computers do a simulation of odds.
Exactly.
And pick a winner.
And I like that she came out and said, "Oh, I didn't play my hand. I played you."
Yeah, which is the classic way to play poker. They always used to say, "Don't play your cards, play your opponent's cards." But then everybody adopted this sort of new mathematical style of doing it, which is what a lot of professional blackjack players do. But there's no real sportsmanship in it. It's just, do the odds land in your favor and have you memorized the odds table?
Yeah.
Lame. Sounds lame.
Anyway, so we've got a Patreon for $3 a month. You can get every single bonus episode we've ever done. And for $5 a month, you can vote. And there will be a vote coming up soon. Because, 3 to 4 episodes for Live a Live Live. But let's say 4. And then after that, who knows? I got some ideas. I think I want to put What do you guys want to do on the next one? I kind of want to put Xenoblade 1 on it. Although we did a Xeno game this year already. What do y'all think?
We got a theme? Or
Yeah, what would be the theme of the vote?
We feel
Yeah.
like.
I
If
don't
it
know.
could be or is close to the last game of the year, I'm fine with whatever we feel like.
Yeah, I think whatever
Theme.
we're in the mood for sounds real good to me. I've been in the mood for
New
a
Vegas
Xenoblade.
again, and it will lose again.
Oh, that's so sad though. 'Cause it's such a good game.
I mean, it did pretty well last time.
Yeah, maybe we could look at Best of the Losers too. You know,
We already did one of
Yeah.
those this year.
did we this year?
Yeah.
Only, remember, it was our March Badness tournament.
Yes, I do remember.
We had talked about doing a long-running JRPG series that we have not touched before, which I think
Ooh, yeah,
Xenoblade would fall into for sure.
Yep.
As would The World Ends With You. As would
Trails in the Sky.
Trails. I think I want to do a Trails.
Nino Cooney.
Fuck you.
Yeah, that's a nice idea.
3 great games and a piece of shit. That's the theme.
Well, I'm
So,
excited.
Patreon.
Patreon. Da, da. Also, we'd like to thank every single patron we have for putting up with us and helping support us doing this silly show for so long. And you're all awesome. And who's awesome this week? Let's start with Matthew.
I'd like to thank Samu Mitchell, Grayson, Sergeant Spaghetti, Joshua Rose, Alex Joseph, Miguel Torres, Jesse's Mom's Pizza, Cyril the Wolf, Double Penetration 2099, and Johnny Five Alive.
I would like to thank Vanessa's Canceled, Rubber Bear, Lex
Agreed.
Varial, Kodab Games, Arthur A., Andy Smith, Sam Harrison, David Shook, Butts on Parade, and Robert T.
Now, I would like to thank Ross Hartley, Megan Sullivan, Abortion Rights Are Human Rights, Trey, Chief Hazard made Zucchini Wine, Eric,
Ooh.
Pickamini, Armin Hammer,
Zucchini
Wash in the Wind, Tom,
wine.
and Wishbone is Gay.
Close to me. I'd like to thank Andrew Beaver Van Barson. Aaron Zelda 2 is underrated little. Sean Gonzalez. Hudson Roth. Welcome to Cute Boy Jail. Jeremy, I am. Dylan Rowe. Oh, hey, it's Amanda P. And this just in. Eldritch embodiment of darkness receives sick burn from plastic cowboy toy.
Somebody watch Toy Story.
All right. Well, that's it for this episode of Square Roots. If you'd like to have an email read on the air, send it to squarerootspodcast@gmail.com. Come see us at our Facebook group, the Square Roots Podcast Group, for smart, cool, very attractive people, or find us on Twitter at Square Roots Pod.
Don't forget to rate and review us on iTunes, Ghana, or whatever. And thanks to Stephen Morris for our theme. You can find Steve on Twitter as Beige on Beige and on YouTube. We got links to both in the show notes. Vanessa.
If you're listening on Spotify and you're interested in hearing some of our back catalog, which is not available on the Spotify platform, please seek it out on our RSS feed or other places where you can find fine, high-quality podcast content.
Yay.
All right. Well, for Square Roots, I am Jim Banks.
I'm Matthew Van Zant.
I'm Johnny Brandon.
And I'm very slow Susan.
Bye.
Don't forget to listen past the credits music, but only if you're a grown up. Only if you want some 18 plus hot content.
Some hot gaming news.
We might talk
More like
about
hot gaming nudes.
Square Roots After Dark, after the credits. Put your kids to bed and then enjoy. Yep. Well, I think the other two knew that. I was the only one who didn't know that. So yeah, we follow her ghost to this secret passage that leads straight to Queen Himiko's like little area there, like her little palace garden, I guess. And then you get outside and you get
That's
there.
That's a lot of euphemisms. Her little area, her palace garden.
Her courtyard.
Vanessa's saying we go to her pussy.
Her Bean Valley.
Oh, God. Oh, Lord.
We go to
I've been
her
feeling ribald
storage
recently.
room.
I talked about cum on an episode recently. Like,
This is the raunchy one.
You should have like acted like it was the worst word to say. Her pussy.
Ew, I didn't like that. I didn't like the way you said it.
I hope my children never listen to this show.
I'm sure they won't.
Nobody listens to this
yeah.
show.
If we
And
had
also,
done like
like-
3 seasons, maybe I can see when I'm dead one day, them being like, I want to go hear Dad's voice. But no, there's 700 hours plus of this show.
Wouldn't it be funny if
John, what you said about what you just said and how you said it reminds me of a tweet I saw the other day that says, "Is that ... gulps your pussy?"
Oh my God. Stop.
I'm not a fan of that word.
You don't like the word pussy? It's just a word.
I think it's
mean, we
more
can
that
say-
like when we say it, like you know the
You're
word
okay with
Vanessa.
her a cussy, but you're
No,
not
Vanessa was
okay.
Not okay with her cussy.
We're just talking twats. It's fine.
So I just imagine
Nobody
all of
appreciated
this the
talking
other
twats.
day
Huh? I
when-
thought it was pretty good.
it's 2035. Matthew died in a horrible vibrator accident, and
Yeah, tell my
Or,
kids
sorry,
I drank through most of these episodes.
pocket pussy. Sorry, pocket
Ew.
pussy. And now his kids are like, oh, you know, we miss Dad. Let's go listen to some of it. They start listening. They're like, oh God, just like slam
Yeah, for
their
sure.
cyber
I mean,
iPods
season
down.
one. By the end of the episode, I was screaming about how Zidane's tail was a dick. So
Yeah.
at least it was obvious from day one what a fucking shit show this was going to be.
Yeah. Anyway, so
Pussies.
this is the worst episode we've ever done.
Yeah, we covered this earlier this week. I am remembering now some conversation where I said that any discussion or in fact existence of sexuality was restricted to Hollywood Chris's from now on.
Oh.
I want to hear it from you,
You
guys.
said it was No Nut November, is what you said. Wait, it's not November though.
Yeah,
It's October. You tricked me.
It's Locktober, where we get all our chastity cages for our
Oh, is that
cocks
it?
and pussies.
Aw. Now I don't like it either.
All right. So that's
No, cut that whole second out.
What?
Put it at the end.
Anyway, we go to Himiko's vagina.